Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So today I am here with a new topic from human physiology which is about mechanism of concentration of the filtrate. Now it is a very important topic, so please watch this video till end, and if you have any doubt, any query, any feedback, any suggestions, please write it in the comment section. So let's get started now. So specifically here we are going to talk about humans. So human belongs to the class of mammals and we all are terrestrial organisms, right? So being a terrestrial organisms, we have ability to produce concentrated urine and we are adapted to prevent water loss. Now this water loss is prevented by water reabsorption method, right? So water reabsorption method makes the urine concentrated. How? We are going to see it over here. Now, the osmolarity of urine is ranged from 300 milliosmolarity per liter in the cortex to 1200 milliosmolarity per liter, which is highly concentrated deep into the medulla. Right. So, the osmolarity. Now, this range of osmolarity is basically maintained by counter current mechanism. Now, this counter current mechanism is a major part of our today's discussion. But before that, let us try to understand that where these things are occurring. Right. So basically, we are talking about urine formation, urine concentration. So it is in the kidney. Now, kidney have two regions, which are renal cortex and renal medulla. Now, in renal cortex, it is the outer layer, and renal cortex have nephrons, which are known as cortical nephrons, and renal medulla are the inner layers, right? And the nephrons which are present in renal medulla are known as juxtamedullary nephrons, right? Now, the two nephrons are the functional unit of kidney, but they are having structural differences. How? The cortical nephrons are having short loops of Henle. They are having short loops of Henle. But in juxtamedullary nephrons, the loops of Henle's are long, deep into medulla. So basically, the renal medulla, the nephrons which are present in renal medulla are, you can't say that they are uh, all part of tubules are present within the medulla. The parts of proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubules, they are present in the cortex. So you can see over here the structure. So this structure is basically the structure of a juxtamedullary nephron, right? So because this juxtamedullary nephrons which are having long loops which are deep into medulla, this creates a urine concentration. This increases the urine concentration. How? We will see it over here. So if we can see over here in this particular diagram, what happens from the proximal convoluted tubule, the osmolarity is 300, right? And when it moves down from the descending limbs of loops of Henle, what we can see over here, the waters are getting reabsorbed. The water is getting reabsorbed, and the water are getting reabsorbed through the tubules via aquaporins. Now, aquaporins are the channels which passes water from tubules into the interstitial fluid of the medulla, and these descending limbs of loops are permeable to water, but the solutes are still unable to reabsorb in these descending limbs of loops of Henle. So they are impermeable to solutes. Now, as it moves down, you can see over the loop that this at this particular part, the range or the osmolarity becomes 1200. Now, this is highly concentrated level. This is a highly concentrated level. Now, in order to maintain, what happens? The counter current mechanism. So this where we say that the counter current mechanism is taking place. Why? Now what we can see, the NaCl molecules are getting reabsorbed from the nephron tubules into the interstitial fluid of the medulla, and from the thin segments of ascending limbs and from the thick segments of ascending limbs. So what you can see that there is a counter current mechanism, and you can also see over here that the urea are getting entered into the tubules of nephrons, and NaCl are getting reabsorbed into the interstitial fluid. So here you can see as it is moving from the ascending limbs towards the distal convoluted tubules, what we can see, the range is getting decreased. So this is how the osmolarity is maintained via counter current mechanism in loops of Henle, right? Now what else we can see over here is the last duct, which is a collecting duct. Now collecting duct, it extends from the cortex of the kidney to the inner part of the medulla. Now what happens here? The large amount of water will get reabsorbed. So you can see here the waters, they are having so many channels from which the water is getting reabsorbed into the interstitial fluid, and by this the urine get concentrated, and the concentration of urine is 4 times the level of which is present in cortex. So collecting ducts, it uses the gradient to maintain the urine osmolarity. Now important part of this discussion is that the long loops of nephrons, right? The long loops of juxtamedullary nephrons, what they do, they basically creates the gradient, and they are known as counter current multiplier. So now we'll discuss about counter current flow in vasa recta. The vasa recta are acting as a counter current exchangers. They preserve the gradient, and the exchange of solute and water is basically via counter current flow in the blood. Now what happens over here is basically from the ascending limbs of loops of Henle, the NaCl are getting into the interstitial fluid of medulla, and from the fluid it getting into the descending limb of vasa recta, and you can see that again from the ascending limb the NaCl are moving out into the interstitial fluid of medulla. So what it is actually doing, it is helping in maintaining concentration gradient in the interstitial fluid. So this is about how the counter current mechanism takes place in loops of Henle and vasa recta, and finally the reabsorption of water from collecting duct concentrate the urine. So I hope this counter current mechanism is clear to you all. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and do hit the like button on this video. And if you have any doubt, any query, please write it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe.